And welcome to What's Niggling Me. Today is the anniversary of the creation of the Bavarian Illuminati. Just a couple months before America claimed their independence in 1776, the Illuminati was formed in Germany on May 1st.
Really?
May 1st, 1776. The Illuminati, the triangle with the eye in there that you see still.
Yeah.
I don't know if it continues. I might come across it in this intergenerational pools of money that I'm looking into now. But yeah, the Illuminati, May 1st.
It's been that long?
Yep. Started in Germany. I think the guy's name was Joseph Weishaupt. These people's names are so hard to pronounce, some of them. Weishaupt. It's weird. But my biggest thing today is that everybody should watch The Settlers by Louis Theroux, because fuck will it make you mad, but it'll give you there's no more lying after you watch it. There's no more lying by the Israelis. There's no more propaganda. It's the way they treat the Arab people and the Palestinians. They don't even like using the name Palestinians, these fucking losers. It hurts them to fucking... It hurts them to use it. Arabs. They want to call them Arabs. They don't want to justify. That's why one time when somebody fucking tried to run their mouth to me about them, the Palestinians, being in the way, I said, oh, it's nice that you use the word Palestinian, because I know they don't like using it. But it's nice of you to acknowledge them with that name. Man, they want the West Bank and they want Gaza. And you know what they do is, they've been doing it for a long time. I'll say it's shit, okay? A lot of these Jewish people are living the shittiest lives in Israel. These settlers go and set up tents. What they live in, bro, is a good homeless person's digs, pretty much. Kind of like when homelessness was like booming during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Where they were setting up like two-tiered, like two-leveled fucking shacks and shit like that outside and stuff. When they were like setting up blocks of like homeless like encampments, when they like they're living in straight encampments, bro. Like you can see the outside when you're in these people's place. And the craziest shit is like some of their floors will be tiles, but then they have sheets as a roof for part of it. Like it's crazy what these fucking people are living in. But it's all about slowly taking more land and more land. And like the game plan, bro, there's this Daniella Weiss woman who for 50 years, it's been her mission to expand the settlements and take over all of Gaza and all of the West Bank. For 50 fucking years, it's been this woman, Daniella Weiss's mission. These people, like, it's insane what they're doing. They don't give a fuck about the Palestinians.
Why do people always say Palestinians nobody wants them and they're bad?
Well, they're saying, they say they need to get out. They need to go to another country. Bro, and they got fucking assault rifles. They're strapped with assault rifles all the time. And they do that mandatory fucking military service, so like they know how to fucking shoot them. And they shoot them. Bro, it is not good. If it's 1 hour, you watch this thing, okay, and it's going to be hard for a lot of people to watch it. I don't know why they did this, but I'm not going to tell you how to watch it. But if you just maybe use some forums, there's popular forums on the internet. If you type the Settlers and how to find to watch us, I'm sure you can find it, and I highly recommend that you watch it if you want to understand what these fucking people are doing over there. It's disgusting. It makes me fucking angry. Because now I'm living through Iraq again and Afghanistan again. Now I get to watch it. Like, I mean, it's not just the beheading video comes out. It's like every day you can just see this shit. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts that, like, what these people believe. Because they're the chosen people. It was given to them.
God.
Man, God gave them this land. It's fucking insane. Highly recommend everyone needs to watch The Settlers. So you can get a vision. You can see. Man, and it sucks, okay? So they're in these fucking settlements. They're in these fucking little encampments. And there's no way, like, they have heat. Like, you don't need heat. But, like, the temperatures there are not nice. Like, it's a fucking desert. In stone, in sand, and it's not nice.
Sure.
What these people are living in. It's not fucking flat very much. Bruh, it is crazy what these people, but they're determined. That is my thing. These fucking people are determined. It's the only fucking people that have their religion and their nationality is the same thing. And so these people are serious about helping each other. There's just no nationality and religion like that are just the same except for them. And these people are determined. They're united. This woman's like, yeah, I'll just call Netanyahu's AIDS if I need something. She's admitting that, like, overall, she's like pointing to all these settlements. It looks like there's, I don't know, 50 fucking settlements over the past 50 years. And she's like, yeah, I pretty much helped with all of these. Even though the international fucking, the world says, like, that's illegal to be doing. Like, every international committee says that's illegal what they're doing.
Doesn't matter. They're above the law.
For some reason, they get to continue to do what they do. It's insane. And they're determined. They don't even care about saying it. That's what the craziest thing is. They don't care about saying, yeah, we want all of Gaza. We want it all. That's all of ours. They even got Lebanon on there.
They want Lebanon.
But they have, oh man. I don't want to get this pulled at all. That's why I don't want to play any of this. I just want to show this is it. And you should watch it and see for yourself. Because it is fucking stupid. It is stupid, man. They treat them like shit. It's so crazy. They treat them like shit. They like pushing them around too. Like they you know how, like, people complain, and obviously they do. It's obviously a thing that cops abuse their power, right? And they just, like, you know what I mean? Oh, bruh. These people be picking fucking olives from a tree, and they just, like, are like, fuck it, you're not allowed here. And they're like, we are allowed here. And they're like, yo, you better be gone 5 or 10 minutes. And they're the ones with the fucking assault rifles all on them, so obviously you gotta fucking leave. Like, they can do whatever they want.
Fuck.
It's insane. And then they're walking. This guy is from Britain that's doing this documentary, and he's walking with a Palestinian guy. And then they get to a point, and the guard says, "Are you Palestinian?" to the guy, and he says yes, and he says goodbye. Like, he says to him, "Hey, it's fucking insane." Like, hey, they're like dogs to them, or what did that one woman call them? These camel riders, like. Like,
oh yeah.
bruh, these people, it's fucking insane. They don't even care about what they're saying. Like, that's what blows my mind. They think this is normal. They're racists. They're old-fashioned racists that you read about. They're a good old, because you rarely ever see the KKK. You know what I mean? They're not out on display. Like, they're not out there. You rarely see the KKK. They're not in the news. You know what I mean? Like, there's no media about them doing anything, right? All they might do, rarely, is they'll be marching somewhere. Hey, the Israeli people are very vocal. They're very vocal about what they're doing, and they think it's okay because God chose them. So that's what's crazy.
And they're just being mistreated.
In 2025, they're doing what the world stopped doing 100 years ago. 100 years ago, after World War I, it was like, okay, no more colonizing. They broke it all up. Kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone, after World War I, got all these, there was all these Arab, like, countries all of a sudden. They were just making lines everywhere. No more colonizing Africa. Like, it was just like, this is wrong. Like, now, I know there was lots of people still believing we should do this, but they stopped doing it for the most part. They kind of still found their way to do it secretly, but it wasn't just so absurd. Like, there was slaveries, we're done with that. We're done with just colonizing a people. Israel's like, fuck that shit. You guys are done, but I'm not. South Africa was the last one. But Israel's been doing it for almost 130 years. The plan was underway. 130 years ago, roughly. I think like 1897, the plan started. The Zionist plan started. Zionism is just the Jewish word for racism. That's what I thought today. Zionism is just racism. Like, that's what that is. They're racist toward the Palestinians. They think they're not an equal human. They're like literally like the people that used to pull out like measuring tapes for black people and to prove that these people are not the same, measuring their skulls. That's literally what these fucking people, how these people treat Arabs. Like, it's gross.
That's what they did to black people?
Yep. Bro, you know, there's this tool in math, I want to say it's called a micrometer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? It looks kind of like a C-clamp.
Yeah, I know what it is.
And they'd be putting a big one on people's like jaw and top of their head, bro, and measuring them. I swear to God, fucking insane. Those were the expert scientists at the time, the expert doctors that were supposed to that the world should have trusted, right? Like, that's what we're supposed to do right now: trust the science and trust the doctors. Hey, that's the shit they were doing, is measuring people, like measuring people's skulls, and like.
Jesus fuck, bro.
Bro, the world is insane, and they just whitewashed it. They just whitewashed the world and hid a bunch of that fucking history. Because that looks real bad, obviously, right? Looks real bad.
Yeah, why wouldn't they teach us that in school?
They didn't teach us that. Oldie Hitler's bad. I never even heard Mussolini's name until I was way older. Until I grew up. I never even heard of Mussolini's name. He was right along there, colonizing Africa, right at the same time. Fucking Hitler was doing his thing, Japan was doing his thing, Soviet Union was doing its thing with Stalin. Like, he was one of the top. He would be like in the top 5 of today. Like, say, Putin, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, Trump.
Yeah.
Mussolini, Italy's Mussolini was right in there. No, he's never talked about in history, in any of our history books or anything like that. Growing up, they don't teach us that. They don't even like teach Stalin. It's Hitler, 1812.
I don't even remember learning about the Holocaust.
Yeah, you get Anne Frank and the Holocaust, but not a great deal about it.
I remember Anne Frank.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the Anne Frank story. Bro, I read crazier stories than that, because her story's hiding in the attic, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I read about in the Ukraine when Stalin was starving those people in the 30s, in I think 33, a mother was trying to keep her kids quiet and smothered one of the kids' mouths and killed it.
Jesus.
Because she was in such a panic and just out of body, hiding like in a closet, and didn't even realize, like, as trying to hold over the mouth and nose to not make a noise, suffocated her kid. Bro, like, it was crazy. That one, like, killing some. I think this uncle stole this girl's bread, and this girl stole from her uncle, like, the bread, so he killed her.
Bread.
Like bread, like to eat bread, bro. Every morsel of food, bro. They were eating grass. There was no birds in the sky. They were eating worms. Stalin starved those people. Stalin starved 6 million people. Hitler killed, they say, 6 million people. Stalin starved 6 million Ukrainians. Starved them. They just like that woman explained in North Korea, how the guards go there and everybody pays a tax, and what it is like whatever you're growing or whatever, like that, a percentage of whatever you're growing. Stalin took it all. Whatever you were growing or anything, they took the seeds. They took everything from you. They took every morsel of barley. Like, they took it all, where people had to eat grass. And they, like, I remember them in there, like, it said, that's when it said the good ones died first because they didn't prostitute themselves to get food, or they didn't kill people to get food. They cannibalized. They, like, ate people, just like Yomi Park was explaining.
Yeah.
Just like she was explaining to Joe Rogan, like, about North Korea. That's what I was reading Stalin did to his people. That's what Kim Jong-un is doing now. I don't know, but I guess because she was saying people are eating rats, you know what I mean? And, like, when I was reading, like, there was no more birds in the sky, they were gone. That, yeah, they had to eat bark, right? They had to, like, make bark, like a bark soup. Like, bark from a fucking tree, bro. Why didn't, like, they teach, like, I remember them telling us, like, we watched one movie on the Chinese one-child policy thing, how they were just killing babies if you had more than one.
I remember that as a kid, yeah.
But it didn't really understand, I don't think I really understood it then. But I remember that movie on a tube TV.
A movie? I don't know if I remember a movie.
You know what? We watched a movie. History's pretty wild. And right now, what Israel is doing is going to be looked at in history. Like, what the fuck? Why was this tiny little area allowed to constantly do this and be the reason for so much decades of murder? Insane. These people are, what's crazy is there's not a lot of, I don't know if they're ethnically Jewish, but there's a certain amount of religious Jews. They can count those more. I think that's more accurate to count the religious ones that practice Judaism compared to, like, DNA testing them all. So they are tight-knit, intelligent, and they will do anything, clearly, to survive. But do they have, like, what if they did it nicely? What if they were nice? Why won't they be nice? They hold such a grudge, I guess. But Japan doesn't hold a grudge. Germany doesn't hold a grudge.
Just the Jews.
You know, I don't know. I think it's weird. I think it's crazy that somehow Japan forgave the United States for dropping fucking 2 nuclear bombs on citizens. Not on fucking military bases, on citizens. Like, the biggest cities. and made them like made their skin melt off. The ones that lived, their skin was melting off. I listened to fucking people that survived that, and it sounded insane. And Japan somehow forgave the United States. Doesn't make any sense to me. They forgave them real quick. It doesn't make any sense. That's a crazy one to me. They really fucked Germany up, but not like Russia fucked them up. Soviet Union, they really fucked Germany up badly. They should hate. I understand Germany has some relations with Russia. It doesn't make any sense. German people should hate the Russians, like, I think, because there's still people alive from those times. I think there just should be an insane resentment of what the people did to them. Somehow and quickly they can forget some pretty unbelievable nasty times. Did I tell you that the other day there was a coup inside Burkina Faso that they tried to kill Ibrahim Traoré? Can you hear me, Ryan? I can't hear my brother anymore. What's going on? Ryan, what are you doing? Let's see what this guy's doing. Did I accidentally click that?
Yes.
I couldn't hear you anymore.
I don't know what happened.
Happened last time, right?
Yes, it did.
Did I tell you that that there was a coup? There's an attempted coup in Burkina Faso the other day.
Yeah, you said it.
So I was looking, and people inside like his own, but like, and it was possibly the U.S. because I just watched a fucking, like, I don't know what you want to call it, a meeting, and them talking about Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso, and like they don't want and then after this coup, which, like, I want to believe that it actually happened, but I also believe that he could have said there was an attempted coup, and then to try to get, and then he stopped it to try and get a rise, like a big rise, right? You know what I mean? These people are trying to kill me because of like what I'm trying to do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you?
Do you think that's a thing?
Yeah,
But
I can believe it.
if there was one, the world, I watched a video, this is one from a couple years ago that I'm going to play on here, but the world, I saw, it's hard to get news for Burkina Faso. They really, on the internet, are not like, unlike any search engines, I tried a few, and they are not liking putting information about Burkina Faso in Ibrahim Traoré in like current like news about him. But he signed a minerals deal with Russia. They kicked France out of there, signed a minerals deal with Russia, and China's in there as well. And they're liking it. And the Italian Prime Minister is saying, like, what I was saying about that France like was fucking them over because of their currency and taking 50% of every time they tried to buy something.
50%?
So when Burkina Faso got their independence, like in quotations, because like this is why it's not, and they didn't really get independence. They had to store like their gold reserves and like other reserves and stuff, but they had a lot of gold. They made them store that in France to be safe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, we'll keep it safe. And anytime they want to use, like, convert their gold into currency, to buy or to build like roads, churches, schools, whatever, the France taxes them 50% on it. So if they need $1 million for a hospital, they take $500,000 and give them $500,000. Can you believe that? Why can't I hear you? Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, I can't hear you.
The clock here?
Maybe.
Yeah, put it like this.
But they're doing that to a bunch of countries. I think 14 of them. France. That's I think exactly. And so that's why I seen that this guy has been trying to unite all the countries in Africa. There's a lot of them, and that continent's way bigger than when you've seen a globe growing up.
Yeah.
It's way bigger than they put it on that globe. Africa's huge, and they have a lot of resources, and they've never had any control. And I'm curious if they can keep the United States and out, and if they can get an African dollar like a euro. But this is a couple years ago, and it's only 1 minute, and you're not going to understand it because it's in Italian, because she's Italian.
Even better.
Huh?
Even better.
But it's a good video, because this woman, hey, I don't know if you've seen this woman, bro. This woman is, the world doesn't like her because she's outspoken. She's like the Polish guy. Know him? Remember the Polish guy that you seen?
It was on PBD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you like that guy?
Yeah.
And he's like that guy. And I think there's another guy that she's outspoken, doesn't give a fuck. Bro, I seen her go off the other day. Bro, she is everything the Mark Carney that Mark Carney doesn't like as a person. If anybody thought that Pierre Poilievre was a conservative, arrogant person, eh? This woman doesn't give a fuck, bro. This woman called out fucking France for doing what they were doing with Burkina Faso's gold 2 years ago. But they would never put it on any media. She became the prime minister over there around the same time that Ibrahim Traoré took over Burkina Faso. And she was her calling out France. She doesn't like Macron. That's what is funny. The Italian prime minister doesn't like the French prime minister. Does not like Macron because he's a pussy. That's what I can tell, is that she sees him as a pussy. I'm gonna play this video. Oh, I need volume. Where'd you put my remote?
Where is it? You hook it?
No.
È la moneta coloniale che la Francia stampa per 14 nazioni africane, alle quali applica il signoraggio e in forza delle quali sfrutta le risorse di questa nazione. Questo è un bambino che lavora in una miniera d'oro in Burkina Faso. Il Burkina Faso è una delle nazioni più povere del mondo. Per il Burkina Faso, che ha l'oro, la Francia stampa moneta coloniale. In cambio pretende che finiscano nelle casse del tesoro francese il 50% di tutto quello che il Burkina Faso esporta. L'oro che questo bambino si infila in un cunicolo per tirare fuori finisce per lo più nelle casse dello Stato francese. Allora la soluzione non è prendere gli africani e spostarli in Europa. La soluzione è liberare l'Africa da certi europei che la sfruttano e consentire a queste persone di vivere di quello che hanno.
That's her saying exactly what I just told you, but way quicker in a minute. And she's way smarter than me. And then saying, like, stop it and let them become wealthy so that we don't have immigrants here. They don't need to come to Europe. They can, like, be strong. They can do their thing there. They stop fucking, but if France stops fucking those 14 countries over, they have resources. Like, yeah, she said it way better in a minute. And then, yeah, at the end, she's fucking like, fuck all these immigrants come sneaking into Europe when they can have their own country that can be awesome. But France and the United States keeps fucking with them. I want these Africans to do good. That'd be cool. And it would kill the fucking power of the states. What do you got going on, Ryan? Ryan.
Yeah?
Can't hear you.
Okay.
What do you got going on?
Spend Murph.
Is he being good?
Always.
Let's see what else I got in here.
I watched that girl today.
Oh, Catherine Austin Fitts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was wowing, eh?
Weird hearing all that.
I know. I couldn't believe. She's just like, I got another story to tell you. And I'm like, what? And then it would be completely crazy. It was nuts. That was a crazy interview. I won't play that because I don't need. Anything getting pulled.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Shit.
I'm not
No.
X all that much,
No.
but I do read you, and sometimes I read
Oh my god.
your tweets, and I'm like, Matt Walsh.
Tucker Carlson, leave my stuff up. No copyright strikes, please. Where's the fucking videos? This video is important, and I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Catherine Austin Fitts. Power grids, bankers versus the West, secret underground bases, and extinction events. Couldn't believe, as it kept going, I couldn't believe where it was going. I'm like, this is insane. This is nuts. I was like, and she's trying to figure out what I'm trying to figure out.
She's a nice person too.
Yeah, she's nice. She's old, man. But she's nice. Crazy. I didn't expect that. I was wowed. I was wowed listening to that. I would have did the good old Sean Ryan. Wow.
She'll be on Sean Ryan soon.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. If she went on Joe Rogan, man, I don't think the world would like that. I don't think the people she's talking about would like that, to bring more awareness. I don't think that the awareness that she was bringing in that podcast, because I know a lot of people won't watch it because of Tucker Carlson. More people can tolerate Joe Rogan. And then clip Joe Rogan. Clip things she says out of it, you know what I mean? It's a wild one, that podcast. An hour and 48 minutes too, like, it's pretty long. You know what thing? You know, there's a bunch of things in there that people are curious about. There's people who are curious about JFK, RFK, 9/11, all these different things, right? Right? Ryan. Are you there? Huh. Ryan. Are you sleeping? What is this guy doing? Ryan. What are you doing? Are you sleeping?
No. Are you?
No. Yeah.
So I watched the Matt Insane, or not the Warlord one with her on it.
Yeah, it was different. It was pretty interesting. Because they have a bunch of questions because they don't it totally coming from a totally different take of them not knowing anything.
Oh yeah, true. Tucker knows a bunch.
Yeah, and names so they got to learn from a whole different aspect. And more about digital currency because they're curious about that too.
She knows a lot about it.
She knows all about all that stuff, and they're trying to figure out like how to invest in stuff and what to invest in and like what they're just trying to learn everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to what's gonna happen, like what's going on, what's that mean, when, they're just learning. So it's helpful, and she's like, oh yeah, like I can break it down pretty simple for you, pretty interesting. But yeah, you know what I was all these different things, the 9/11s and stuff, and JFK, RFK, MLK, and all the different things people are curious about. I never hear anyone wanting Katrina to be looked into.
Who's that?
Do you know the dam that broke in New Orleans?
No.
I don't know how. You were in grade school or high school? 2005.
A dam broke?
Bro, there was Hurricane Katrina, and it broke a dam and flooded New Orleans. You don't remember?
I don't
2005.
remember that part.
Bruh. And so, what went down during those times? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm not thinking about a conspiracy. I'm thinking about covering up what went down during then, because I personally think it was a free-for-all. You've seen looting and stuff during these different times, right? Like different protests and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And some violence. I seen Baltimore and stuff. I seen some stuff they busted out the riot shields, right, and going at the cops with the riot shields. Or people are challenging them and stuff. I think during Katrina time, it was a free-for-all possibly down there and in that city. Shooting people and taking shit, I think, was possibly going on, probably. And I never hear anything about anything about it ever. It's never Hurricane Katrina is never brought up anymore. I thought of it today. I'm like, out of all the things, everyone's bringing up anything from the past to try to say this isn't exactly what it was, or look what happened during this time they covered up and stuff. Everyone's looking for all those things now. But I'm like, nobody ever says yo, what happened during Hurricane Katrina? What happened? there's no documentary on Hurricane Katrina forever, right? Like, there's documentaries on everything these days. Netflix has got a fucking thing for every fucking event these days. No Hurricane Katrina. It was insane, bro. Insane. The damage that was fucking done. The damage that was done was insane. Tons of dead people. Blocks and blocks and blocks. All gone. Like, houses gone. Gone, gone, gone. Hurricane destroyed it. And I don't know. The only thing that I ever kind of would ever see about Hurricane Katrina would be like someone maybe just bringing up, oh, the Saints, like the New Orleans Saints, like first home opening was like emotional or something like that, maybe after it. Bro, I'm talking water up to the roofs. Ryan?
What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Water up to the fucking roofs.
Do you think Joe's gonna bring that girl on?
It would be cool. I hope so. It would be good because it would get way more viewers and clips from it to go around.
Yeah, I think Joe's he'll be good at the interview process.
Oh, I got this in my phone. I will say that when I watched the documentary, and there are some, I remember even before October 7th, like people were protesting Netanyahu a ton. So like it's not 100% Israeli people think this is a good idea and way to go about this. But there is the people in power and the people that want to do that are given the full go ahead. We won't stop you if you want to fucking go over there and take the risk and start building plots. And but there are Jewish activists there. There is Israeli activists that are saying like, yo, this is not the way to do this. Just like Albert Einstein, when I read, he said, this isn't the way to do this. Did you watch the Jeremy Renner one yet?
No.
That's
it's
a pretty...
hard for me to watch a bunch at work.
Huh?
It's hard for me to watch more than one at work. Maybe more than two. It's hard. It's so loud.
It's an intense one. I'm telling you, it's a goodie though. The Settlers, man, I'm telling you, that was crazy. Not cool. I wonder if Douglas Murray got that to her. It'd be a crazy if he had a interview with Douglas Murray and Louis Theroux, and he could be like, I've been, and they're both British. They both have a British accent, so it would be so funny.
Wild.
He went on Theo before. He had a documentary before that was crazy. He's done some wild ones. He did one 10 years ago. I guess I can pull it up. What was this one documentary this guy had? It was pretty intense. This guy doesn't give a fuck. Even though he doesn't seem like it. This guy seems like a nerdy guy, right? Like that just, I don't know if you've seen him. Do you know what I'm talking about? Ryan?
I'm trying to get this.
Do you know, get what?
Huh?
Get what?
This fucking PS4 setup.
Do you know who this person is? What he looks like?
Who?
Louis Theroux.
Louis Theroux?
Theroux.
That's me.
Remember I told you he looks like the guy from the Trigonometry podcast? The Francis guy? He looks a lot like that guy.
Yeah, he does.
So,
Skimberg.
bro, he did this fucking documentary on Jimmy Savile before. That's what it was. And
Is that the name?
that guy was not good. That guy was not good. And he got to get away with it because I don't know. I don't know why he got to get away with it. But he got away with it for a long time. And people knew. And he got away with it for a long time.
Of being allowed to get away with it?
In Europe, man, they do some crazy shit. They don't think like the people over here are supposed to think. That's why they got a younger minimum age. And, man, I swear to God, that sounds probably nuts. I think they used to have, I know they did. You ever seen this? They used to have Africans in zoos. You ever see this? Ryan.
Yeah.
You ever see it?
No.
You've never seen that?
No.
You've never seen African people in zoos?
Never.
I'm pretty sure they were
That's
doing...
so fucked.
I know. They were taking people from like the Congo.
Jesus.
Like Bismack Biyombo and Serge Ibaka. Eh? I think in the 50s they were still doing it in Europe.
Jeez.
They were still putting African people in like cages and you could go and see them like a tourist attraction. That's how fucked up people in Europe are.
Was he alive?
Yeah. Like he was a pet or like a zoo animal. And I know even longer ago, in maybe the early 1900s, but for sure the 1800s, they were like sharpening their teeth so that, and putting them on display. So they look more like an animal type of deal, you know what I mean? Like a different species. I'm telling you, bro, the shit that they don't teach you, and I get how they can't teach you something. I guess it's tough to teach that. But it's insane what people's mindsets were, bro. And obviously they were allowed to do it, right? Like,
yeah,
it was okay for the time. Remember that fucking Johnson & Johnson fucking talcum powder experiments? It was just for the times. It was just it was just the times. It was normal for the times. And bro, they were doing crazy shit not that long ago. So I know that people still have some of these people still have these mindsets. They get passed on these fucking wild, because like a lot of that shit is taught real young. And I see these Israeli people, they're just taught this to be a racist from so young. They're taught that these people are not, they're lower than you. And it's fucking insane to teach people shit like that. But they are doing it. History's a wild thing, man, what people have been doing. People have been up to no good. They're making trouble in every neighborhood. The settlers.
You okay?
Yep. See if I got anything here real quick. Oh, I don't know how loud this is. Let's see if I can play this. Listen to this fucking girl. This is right outside of Gaza, this is.
What's your name? Bobby, and why are you here today?
To show support and that I believe that Gaza is ours and that we need to be living there.
To those Palestinians who say, well, we'd like to live in a Palestinian state, what
says this place was given to the Jews. This place is ours.
Us meaning.
It's a Jewish thing.
You hear that? Ryan.
Yeah, I'm just.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Listen to this guy.
Meet you. Louis. Where are you from?
I'm from Hebron.
Before that?
Till I was 9 years old, lived in New York, and then my parents made Aliyah to Israel. We're here to call our government to go and settle Gaza. We're here because we have a right to be here. Our right to be in this land is the Torah, is the godly promise. Where we don't settle, terror grows.
Wow.
Bro, they'll tell you, right? They'll just tell you. This is it. You're not gonna understand that. I had to read it.
Need subtitles.
Huh?
Need subtitles.
Let's see what we got here.
Settlement movement organized this event in order to enhance the practical idea of establishing Jewish settlements in the entire Gaza Strip. We very much encourage and enable the population in Gaza to go to other countries. You will witness how Jews go to Gaza and Arabs disappear from Gaza. They lost the right to stay in this holy place. Please come. Thank you very much.
That's that woman.
Let's fuck.
That's it. That's that woman. For 50 years, she's been on that mission.
Get rid of them.
Pretty insane. I couldn't believe it. These people are all for it. They even got like a, you ever see, like when they're building new houses, they'll have like a big billboard out front and it'll kind of show, it's kind of like an advertisement of what the, like, the suburb or whatever, like the, you know, they're going to put in a little subdivision. They're going to kind of show, have a little advertisement of it.
Yeah.
They have one of those. Map of the Garane Hitiashvat in Gaza, returning to Gaza, and they have like it all mapped out, like what's going to be where. Pretty insane.
It's on the trajectory.
What?
When you just say that at the end there?
I can't understand any of it. Like all the.
What did you just say?
What do you mean? What did I just say?
Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Expect to be lost.
Oh, like about this map that they had?
Yeah.
They have a map of like it all laid out, this like whole blueprint of what returning to Gaza looks like. But it's all mapped out.
God's plan.
Daniella Weiss's plan.
But God gave them that.
God gave him that land.
That plan. Maybe God wrote the plan for them. Now, how old is she?
Got to be like 70-ish.
Is she still fighting?
Oh yeah, she's loud for it. With no, bro, she's been interviewed multiple times in there because she's the leader of like people settling in Gaza and the West Bank. And
she's government?
No, but she says she can call Netanyahu's aides. He asked, "Can you call him on the phone?" She grabs her phone and she's like, "I'll call his aides." And like she's very arrogant and confident.
Is she married?
It seems like maybe her husband died, maybe, but she got married at 15 years old. She shows a picture of her and her husband. Like when he asked her what the pictures, she says she was 15 and she's married. Like that's the marriage picture, like husband and wife at that, like she's like a bride in that picture.
They don't give a fuck.
And I get it, fucking.
That's old.
100%. Like that's fucking could be, I don't know, 50 years ago or something. It could be like that long ago almost. That maybe even 55 years ago. And for sure back then they were getting married young. It's pretty insane. So like a completely different note, but it has to do with one of my favorite people to be focused on. And did you ever? You see, you probably didn't watch it, but The Social Network. Did you watch it? It's a movie about Facebook back in the day.
No.
So it's complicated. There's another movie, and it's called The Big Short, and it is a pretty good movie about the financial crisis, like what Tim Dillon was doing with the subprime mortgages.
Yeah.
So what that movie is for the financial crisis and the bubble and it popping. The Social Network movie really explained the Winklevosses that are big into crypto now. You know them?
The Winklevosses?
You don't know who the Winklevosses? You never seen them?
No.
Oh, I'm pretty sure like Jake Paul's like done shit with them for crypto. Because these guys are like were early investors in crypto, and they said Mark Zuckerberg ripped them off of Facebook. Maybe, I don't know, but they did get it, and they did end up becoming billionaires because they somehow, like, they're smart and they knew way back that Bitcoin was going to be huge and invested, and so they're pretty big voice, like, and they're, who do they look like? I don't know how to explain what these guys look like to you.
Big noses?
No. Well, no, I don't think, not too big, because they're huge humans. They were like rowers at Harvard or whatever. They're huge. They're like big. I'm trying to think of like a big human like that, but like a European like type of person.
Like a Jokic brother?
Yeah, but they're like better looking than that. Like they're not. They're people that like for sure would get modeling things like if they wanted type of deal. Like so they're good for talking, for speaking engagements. You know what I mean? Like they're tall, big, good-looking people that can sell a business. They're good for TED Talk. They're good for those type of things to rev people up, and like people are interested in them. They can sell you on shit. Well, they believe in Bitcoin, so they go around. They do a lot of the conferences and all that stuff. But you ever, you know the one guy that did the art for them? What's that guy? David Choi. Is that guy?
Yeah.
Is that his name? David Choi. I think that's the guy's name. He did the art and got a lot of money off of taking like a small share, right? That's not in The Social Network, but do you remember I told you that Peter Thiel was Zuckerberg's first investor in Facebook?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Peter Thiel convinced Mark Zuckerberg to fuck over his co-founder of Facebook back then. I've come to that conclusion. When I was watching Zuckerberg on Theo Von, and remember I told you I was watching his reaction in certain questions. Yeah. Theo asks questions that are
random.
So he can't prepare for an answer. You can't prepare for all the answers of all the questions Theo could ask. So I'm watching him when he's talking about founding Facebook and stuff. In the beginning, it's really interesting. And he says, "You're a billionaire." Like, you know what I mean? He whispers that, right? And he fucked his co-founder over. And I know that this has happened elsewhere. I just can't think of where I've seen it before. But I remember seeing that other people have done this dirty game of, Did Elon do this? Fuck. I probably have an episode, like I probably have where I seen it, like listen to this guy. Someone did this, and it's not, someone did this, and it could have been what Elon did to somebody. I can't think of who did it though. Fuck. You dilute the shares, and that's a super confusing, weird thing to do. But Mark Zuckerberg, I'm pretty sure when he did this, when he fucked over his friend, I'm pretty sure it was Peter Thiel influenced. Because Mark Zuckerberg was young when he did this. And I don't think he had the knowledge to do that.
He wasn't that kind of guy, probably.
He was too young for lawyer stuff. He might have been tech knowledge, like he might have had the tech knowledge, but I don't think that he had the lawyer fuck you idea like a Peter Thiel would. And Peter Thiel already had companies. And he, you know what I mean? He's the first fucking investor in fucking everything. Like, he sees somehow Elon's PayPal wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Peter Thiel. It wouldn't have happened. That was an idea, really, that Elon Musk had, and Peter Thiel's tech was able to pull it off. But that idea was Elon and his brother Kimball, I'm pretty sure. And that wasn't even maybe PayPal. Maybe it was called something else and became PayPal, I think. Zip2 or something.
Yeah, I think I've heard you say that.
But Zuckerberg, I think when he fucked over, and I watched him be, he's already is, and he even admits it, that he's not good at talking in public, especially, or on camera or whatever. He's not good at being normal.
You can just tell.
And man, to watch him like kind of squirm and get away from the subject, because, bruh, he fucked his co-founding buddy over.
They got what out of it? You said they sued?
He diluted the shares of Facebook to make that guy's worth in the company not worth very much. And I wish I could think of the other people the other person I know that did it. And it's an older video that I watched of the guy explaining it. No, maybe it's a newer one. It was just basic. Of like the actual guy, a person interviewing the guy that did get fucked over. I want to say Elon is the person that did it.
What, with Tesla?
Maybe. Like, I think maybe. I'm pretty sure, like, that is it. Elon fucking over a guy or two that actually were starting Tesla. And
Yeah, because the way I heard him explain it once, he just said, like, oh, there was no employees, or there was one or two employees for this company when he...
Yeah, I know. And Elon took it from him. Yeah, diluting the shares. It's a dirty
tactic.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Peter Thiel's the one that was in on it for doing that, because he's, whether you want to call that smart at that stuff, he knows how to do that stuff.
He's a vet.
He's a very good business guy. Like Mark Carney is a good business guy. If you want to hide things and be quiet, if you want to be quiet about things.
Mark Carney knows.
Yeah, BlackRock should hire Mark Carney. He'd be a good resume for BlackRock. They'd love to have him.
Who's the fag that owns that?
Owns what?
Who's the fag that owns BlackRock, or runs BlackRock, Larry Fink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright. I want to hear a funny story about the Mexican lady at my work and their politics.
Mm-hmm.
She comes up to me the other day, the day of election, probably election day, and just starts going off on how, because she did this once to me before, basically how she fucking hates the new immigrant system, right?
That we just allow a lot?
Yeah, like, and that they get more money than she makes. Well, maybe not her, but like maybe she probably can't make that much money because my shop's not big. But that, like, they're getting paid up to $80,000 a year. Their benefit, like that, like all the, like through everything.
How?
It's about 80.
That's nuts.
And I just I'll send you the guy I watched on Instagram. He showed it. He showed where they were getting all this money. He like showed it in the government documents where they're getting all this money. They're getting 21,000 if for, or what is it? Because all these immigrants are coming with mass amounts of kids. That's why, right?
Okay.
So they're getting mass amount for having kids. They're getting, there's a bunch of different avenues that they're making money. But this girl's pissed, okay? She's like, please go vote conservative. Please go vote conservative. And, what else was she saying about the fucking... Oh, she's always talking about... Because she's brown as fuck, right? She's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
She's always talking about how it's the browns causing all the crime in, Canada and stuff like that. It just like it shocks me.
No awareness.
She shocks me. But she at least said vote conservative.
Because like it's because you can't just have like a massive amount of Arab and Indian people, not even like, yeah, Arab and Indian people come over at once in areas. The people don't understand, like, because it's just a huge culture clash.
Yeah.
They can't speak the same language, and they don't understand. Things are way different in Canada than where they come from. So
yeah, they just dive in the river and cut up animals.
Right? I don't know.
Well, they do it here.
I don't like. It's a bad idea. Like, I've been fucking saying it for fucking a long time, that this is what's happening, and it keeps getting worse. So they don't care, apparently. Like, it's pretty fucked up, because I know it's all about they want tax money. The government wants tax money. In order to get more money from the people, you have to get more immigrants for them to pay taxes. You just need people to come pay taxes. They just want people to pay taxes. That's it.
Well, and most.
We have to pay taxes, and we pay more taxes than every state, even California. The taxes here are so much money.
That's why no one has businesses here. But
mm-hmm.
They 90% of immigrants vote liberal when they first come here.
Yeah, because they got a free ride.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they're pissed. I've seen tons of Indian people pissed about this place.
Not getting, like, this is how it is here.
Yeah. It's insane here. It's insane here. It makes me laugh now, because I'm like, okay, you guys fucking want more of it? Here you go.
Have fun.
Yeah. Don't bitch and moan. See,
is this not going to be bad for their retirements? Or no? They're going to lose their shit when money switches over, but...
I know. That's my biggest thing is that these people don't even know what's coming. It's going to be real tough. And I was talking to the one guy at work because I know he'll have the hardest time. Then I'm like, hey, like you went from like bank books to like to debit cards, and he's like, yeah, like I have my wife use the debit card all the time. He still has cash on him all the time. I get it, but it is going to be super tough for those people that are still alive in that older generation hey, they're going to wipe cash out of here. Watch. These next couple years, they are going to wipe cash off this place, out of here. They're going to not accept cash in places all over. Watch. They're going to phase cash right out of here. In the States too. They're going to phase it all out. It's way easier to track everybody's money, what you're doing with it, and shutting it down if you're being a bad boy.
I tell Ross that today, and he's like, "Oh, that's for so they can find criminal activity." Like, no, it's not.
If you say something that's against the government, they can just freeze your bank account, freeze all of your money. That's no good, and cash is gone. So now there's just no way for you to. They can shut you right out. It's gonna be bad, and it's coming. It's 100%. That's what they do in China. I already know. It's already in play. I can literally read exactly how it's gonna work. They fucking do it in China, and they have government surveillance everywhere. That's all Peter Thiel. Government surveillance. We are gonna have cameras on every fucking corner, and we're gonna have all of our currencies gonna be digital. That's ultimate control. We will be slaves. That's what that is. No freedom, because if you step out of line, it's a social credit score. It's not. It's a social credit score. It is China. It's already going on. It's not like it's some science fiction shit. It literally is in play in China. Social credit score. So then you have classes of people. That's what you end up getting. You have classes of people big time now. Like you have literally, like, if you like, it's in shame. That's why shame is so big in those Asian countries. Like shame, like China, they shame you. Like it's a social credit score. That's the gross society that I see coming. There will be more freedom in the States, but they will have that. They will have that digital currency, but there will be more and under a Trump, though, except for the fucking anti-Semitic shit. It'll still be. Carney is gonna be bad. He's a global motherfucker. Globalist motherfucker, and Trump isn't. The shit that he said right when he took office on his little Skype fucking interview with the WEF, that was not, a lot of that was not part of the WEF agenda. Not. All those unelected fucking people that influence all of our governments. Bunch of bullshit.
So it's always gonna be. Today's topic.
It's the information war. We're fighting. We're fighting with the information war. And I told you, we can't, like, VPNs are gonna be tough because, like, most of them are all traced back to Israeli companies. Not cool.
How dare you say that?
I'll put together a list. I'll put it in my notes.
Say that without proof.
I'll put it in my notes, and we'll come back at a later date with VPNs. Oh my god, fucking T9 word or whatever.
Better not be anti-Semitic right there.
VPNs owned by Israeli companies. That's how they do it. Like, they own all the porn companies. They infiltrate like that. Smart. They're very smart. Trust me. I will give them all that credit.
You think they're smarty pants?
I think they're smarty pants. Alright. Let's end this bitch.
Deuces.
Deuces.